Dear students, in the last class we learned about real numbers. Real number is a set consists of rational numbers and irrational numbers. Today we will learn how to represent irrational number on the number line. You have learned how to write the numbers, the integers, natural numbers on the number line. But square root 2, an irrational number, I want to represent it on the number line. No one knows now where is square root 2 on the number line. If I draw the number line, is it not at all possible, right? But we will learn it. It is possible. We will make use of geometrical method to find this, and especially the Pythagoras formula, the Pythagoras theorem we will make use. So before studying that, how to get the square root 2 or any irrational number on the number line, I will teach you the Pythagoras theorem. It is very simple, interesting. In any right angle triangle, say OAB, the side, the longest side, the biggest side, opposite to the 90 degree, the right angle, OB is called hypotenuse. We can find the length of hypotenuse by using the formula OB is equal to, if you want to find the length of hypotenuse OB, it is equal to square root of the remaining two sides which will make the right angle. That is OA square plus AB square. You should add it and you have to find the square root. Example, we have to take here 1 unit OA. If I take 1 unit here, then what is the length of hypotenuse OB? Apply the rule. OB is equal to square root of 1 square plus 1 square. If you simplify this, it is square root of 1 square is 1 plus 1 square is 1 is equal to square root 1 plus 1, 2. We got OB. The hypotenuse is exactly square root 2. So what we have to do is, we have to construct a right angle triangle on the number line having the measurement 1 unit here OA and 1 unit here. Then the hypotenuse OB is exactly square root 2. This one I will make use now to construct or to draw the square root 2 on the number line. Now let us draw the number line first. I will mark it 0. Then I will take equidistance. You have to take equidistance. You may take 1 inch in your textbook. If you take 1 centimeter, it is too small, children, okay? I will take the big unit on the blackboard so that everyone can observe this structure. So 1 here, then one here 2, so on. And here also we can mark equidistance. We have to mark, children. We don't want this side, but still we will mark the point. -1. Now you shift this right angle exactly to this point 0. From here you should draw the right angle. So one side is from here 1 unit. I will name it as A. Here one right angle I want. So I will use this protractor at A point and 90 degree I will mark. Then take the scale, with the help of scale, draw the line so that this line is perpendicular to the number line. Now on this line, you want exactly 1 unit. You want 1 unit this side also. So what I have to do is, take the compass. I will take the 1 unit measurement from O to A. It is exactly 1 unit. Right? Now same unit, you have to keep it at A point and cut this line by an arc. Take 1 unit which is equal to O to A exactly, and from A point, keep it at A as center, take the radius 1 unit and cut the arc to cut the perpendicular line. Let us name it as B point. Now join the hypotenuse of the right angle OB here. OB. Now what is the measurement of OB, children? Exactly, it is square root 2. So we got the distance or the length of square root on the number line OB. But we have to mark it on the our given number line. Here the distance is here, but if you shift this distance to the number line, where is that point? That we will do. How to do now? Observe carefully. You have to keep it at one leg at O point, 0 point, and one leg at B point. Be careful. See here where to keep. At one leg at O point. Some of you will keep it here. Wrong it is. Here at 0 point here, because always we will measure the distance starting from 0 on the number line, right? So we have to mark it from 0, the number line, on the number line, the square root 2. So keep it at O or 0 and take exactly the square root length on the OB. Okay. Now keep it at O and cut it. This new point P is exactly corresponds to the square root 2. Now you can certainly, with more sure, you can tell definitely, no hesitation, where is the position of square root on the number line. If anyone asks, I will say no, the position of square root is exactly here between 1 and 2. At this point square root comes. So P point correspond to square root 2. Now we can do one more irrational number. Say next irrational number, square root 3. You want to represent. One more example, how to represent square root 3 on the number line. So next one, representing a square root 3 on the number line. Now how to find out? Very simple. Same right angle triangle. One we have did, what I will show is, name might be different. If I take square root to here, and 1 unit here. Now see how much the length of hypotenuse we will get. Now OB is equal to OA square plus AB square, and you have to find the square root, right? Now OB is equal to OA is square root 2, it's a square you have to make, and AB is 1 square. So OB is equal to square root and square cancels, or if it is square root 2 into square root 2, it is becomes square root 4. Square root of 4, you know, it is 2. Then 1 square is 1. So 2 plus 1, how much? It is square root 3. So I got square root 3. Now what I want is, in the right angle triangle next, I want one side of the 90-degree angle, one side should be square root 2 and the other side should be 1. Then the hypotenuse is exactly, it will square root 3. Now how to do or how to represent square root 3, which is the point here now where it comes square root 3 on the number line. What we have to do is, first step we have to do this right angle triangle, because we should know, we should get one side as square root 2 and next side should be 1 unit. We should continue the process taking this as one of the side of the new right angle, and on it you have to draw 1 unit and one new triangle you will get, right angle. From that hypotenuse you will get square root 3. So first you have to proceed with the same step. Then one more step is there we have to do, that is, now one side square root 2, OA square root I did. So I got that one. Now on that one right angle should be there, 90-degree angle should be there. Then there I should get 1 unit, right? So how to get that right 90-degree angle here? So keep it at the B point on the hypotenuse, square root 2 at B point, keep it here and mark the 90-degree, right? Mark the 90-degree and draw the line which is perpendicular to OB or perpendicular to this, here perpendicular, no, this one. So square root I have, then one perpendicular line I did here. Now on this line I should mark how much unit, children, tell me now? 1 unit I have to take. So here again I have to take 1 unit. Here also we did, no, then 1 unit on the perpendicular line we have taken. Now here also, here we have taken 1 unit. Now this is right angle, 1 unit. What is the 1 unit measurement, children, in your figure? This you can take 1 unit. Okay. So this is the 1 unit. Now where to keep 1 unit? Here at B point and cut now. Now this is, let it be, this point will let it be C and join again to O. Now this is exactly square root 3. I got square root 3 now. Now where is that square root 3 on the number line? That I should mark. So measure the distance of square root 3. From where you have to measure? Yes, you are right, from O, keep it at C point. This is the hypotenuse of new triangle OBC. This is the triangle you want and its hypotenuse, this is the 90-degree, its hypotenuse is OC. That is the square root 3. That length you have to take here. This is the length of square root 3. Where to keep this one? Not here, not here. Square root we don't want. At O only, at 0 only we have to keep. So I kept it here, one leg, and another this one. You should draw the arc. You should be steady. Now this is a new point. I will mark it as Q point now. Now what is the position? Here, square root 3. So this point Q represents square root 3 on the number line. In this way, you can represent square root 3, square root 5, square root 6, etc. What you need is, you have to draw one right angle triangle and there you have to take proper 2 sides. One side should be always 1 unit. And if you want to do square root 5, how much you have to take? Square root 4 you have to take. And 1 unit here, you will get square root 5. If you want to get square root 6, you have to take square root 5 here, the length one side, and you have to take a 1 here, and hypotenuse you will get a square root 6. Now I will give one home assignment. It is in the exercise 1.2. represent square root 5 on the number line. They have given. Now, will you tell me now what measurement you will take? Because you have to do this at home. Try to find out the side of the right angle. What I should take? This always 1 unit I said. This is previous one, square root 4 and 1. It become square root 5. This will become square root 5 if you apply the Pythagoras theorem. And square root 4 is how much, children? 2. So at home, draw one number line and here mark it 2 units. One side is 2 units. It is A now, and draw the perpendicular one here, line. I will do rough diagram, you should do the real one. It is perpendicular here, and you will mark, then take the compass, mark how much? 1 unit, 1 unit here, at A cut it, you will get the point B, it should be always 1 unit, and try to join these two and you will get a it is square root 5. Then take it and mark it. Okay. Now in this way we can have different square root numbers which are irrational can be represented, and in one sheet it is possible to write square root 2, square root 3, square root 4, go on. You can, like a spiral you will get, like a spiral you will get different triangles, and all the this one you should write. So today we have learned how to represent irrational number on the number line. Which numbers we have represented? First one square root 2, then square root 3 we did. At home you have to do square root 5. And open your textbook, children. Exercise 1.2. Exercise 1.2 in your textbook. There they have given third problem. Show how square root 5 can be represented on the number line. Just have given the clue. You can do that. Then fourth one, you can try this activity in separate sheet. All the different square root 2, square root 3, square root 4, etc. all the numbers in one number line. How to represent? Just go through that fourth problem. And now tell me true or false. First one, every irrational number is a real number. True or false? Every irrational number is a rational number. Your answer is correct. Right it is. Because set of real number has all the rational numbers and all the irrational numbers. So whichever irrational number you take, it belongs to set of real numbers. Your answer is right. Second one, every point on the number line is in the form of square root 3. Square root m, sorry, where m is a natural number. This one right or wrong? Tell me. Number should be represented in the form of square root some number m, natural number on the number line. All numbers will write like that way on the number line. Now how to represent minus 1 using square root m? M should be natural number. Can we write? No, it is wrong answer. Correct, your answer is correct. Now third one, every real number is an irrational number. No, it is false, because the in the real number set, irrational number is subset of real number. Real number does not belong to irrational number. So third one is wrong. Are all the second problem, are all the square roots of all positive integers irrational? No. Square root of answer is, it is no answer, because square root 4, I will write, it is a square root number. Is it a irrational number? No, because square root 4 is 2. It is a rational number. So we have completed today's lesson, and we will learn how to represent the rational or numbers on the decimal form. Thank you.